Hello everyone, my name is Kobe. And today I'll be teaching you how to improve your passing as a goalkeeper on FIFA 21. I'll be covering long passing as well as throwing, and I'm also going to teach you how to deal with high pressing attackers. Furthermore, if you haven't already, be sure to check out my other tutorials in the top right corner. But I already wasted enough time, so let's start with the video. So let's start off with the most common situation. You've just got the ball and your whole team is pushing upfield. Now in most of these scenarios, you'll only have a couple of seconds before all of your teammates are being covered. For this reason, and this might sound obvious, but it's very important to keep attention of where your teammates are. So the moment you get control of the ball, you can instantly throw it upfield and help your team to start an attack. Now with throwing the ball, you'll have to make sure that there is no opponent in your direct throwing direction. Because 9 out of 10 times when there is an opponent in the way, he'll be able to easily head or even control the ball, which will make you look very silly. Now a very good method to create space yourself is to simply run one direction and then suddenly kick or throw it the other way. This is something I already mentioned in FIFA 20, but this is just such a good technique and I rarely see other goalkeepers do it. So I really want to cover this trick again, because I use this every single game and it always does the trick. So as you can see in this clip, I've just gained possession by a simple catch, and as you can see, I've got no teammates that are free to pass to. At this moment I decide to run one way, and you can clearly see that the whole opposition team just moves with me. Now you can also see that this player is suddenly completely free of all pressure and I can easily pass him the ball. For most situations though, I always like to give the ball to one of my defenders, as most of the time the whole attack and midfield are about 5 feet tall, because why wouldn't they? It's just an effective way of playing pro clubs, but they'll struggle with winning headers, obviously. So don't be afraid to try and start an attack from the back line, as an easy passing option will most of the time just be the best one. Now when trying to make a long pass, you actually have a few options on how to do this. At first, as most players know, you can simply kick it upfield by using square, which is of course what you will use most of the time. But when your team has to make a breakthrough, simply using square will not get the ball far enough up the pitch. To kick it further, most players then use R1 and square, which will indeed make your kicks go further, but this will also make your shot go very flat. And these shots are very easy for defenders to intercept. So instead of doing this, try kicking the ball upfield using circle. This is a very simple trick that most goalkeepers don't even know about. But using circle will make your kick go further and higher, which can be very helpful for playing a through ball over defender's head. Now the last thing I want to be covering today is how to deal with high pressing attackers. So when your team plays the ball back to you, as I mentioned, it's always best to go for the easy option. I personally like to do a driven pass to the other side of the field to simply move the play. Driven passes are very useful when you have to cover a long distance, as opposition doesn't get as much time to put pressure on your receiving teammate. Now in other scenarios where you don't have as much space and the attacker is already very close to you, I'd recommend always go for a chip pass by using L1 and square. As you can see in these clips, this way you can easily play a pass without having to worry that the attacking line will block or even intercept the pass. The biggest downside on using L1 square is that they're only useful when playing to your teammate on the same side of the pitch, as the longer airtime of these lob passes gives the opposition more time to move and cover the receiving player. I also quickly wanted to mention that when using the tips I've covered today, good communication with your teammates is key. It's important that your teammates always know when they can expect to receive a pass or when you want them to make a run into certain areas. So be sure to be vocal to give yourself the best chance of completing all your passes. That was all for today's video. If you still have any questions, be sure to let me know. Also, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Now I've been getting a lot of questions about gameplay and specific problems that people are having, and I just want you all to know that I really want to help every single one of you. But it's hard for me to give good advice without having clips to see how you play. At the moment, I keep asking everyone to send me clips over to my email, but I'm starting to feel like this isn't really the best way for me to communicate with you all. So please let me know what platform you guys would prefer to contact me on, and obviously what would be easier for you to send me clips. Then I'll make sure to set this up so I can get more interaction with you all. Thank you all for watching. See you next time. Stay safe.